Hey, we're Shannon and Jerry Arner, hosts of the Arner Ventures podcast.
We're a minimalist couple choosing a more intentional way of living, one decision at a time.
After burning out from the nonstop grind of running our business, we realized adventure doesn't have to look loud, expensive, or extreme to matter.
Sometimes it looks like letting go, starting over, asking harder questions, or figuring things out as you move along.
We discuss life's challenges, the small shifts that change everything, and the everyday choices that help us live with less physical clutter and mental noise.
You'll hear honest conversations, thoughtful stories, and reminders that a meaningful life is built in the in-between moments, not just the highlight reel.
This is the Arner Ventures podcast, where life itself is the adventure. Well, hey there, everybody.
Hello out there.
Jerry's back.
I'm back with a vengeance.
Well, with that pollen nasal vengeance.
Pollen nasal vengeance, yeah. By the way, which was a band I played in.
Pollen nasal vengeance.
Yeah, that's
wow. Was it like punk? I could see that.
Yeah. It was for a 7th grade talent show. We only did one gig. Pollen nasal vengeance.
If anybody has some video or audio footage of that, please send it our way.
Yeah, that would be interesting to look back on. Yeah, sure.
Well, if you were following along, you know that we are really crunch time here with our move. It is, we're in transition still. We're going back and forth. It's kind of a pain, but you know what? It's what happens when you have something really exciting coming.
Yeah, that's right. There's, you take the good with the bad, and taking them one day at a time. Right now, there's a lot of excitement.
It's almost like hour at a time.
Yeah, it goes hour at a time for the most part, and it is just a combination of big excitement along with making sure you're keeping everything in check.
Yeah,
doing all the things you need to do to get a move down.
Well, we're in the middle, of course, of a downsizing, and we thought what a great conversation is to talk about what people don't tell you about downsizing your life. We're not talking about it being negatives, but there's some things that even in the excitement, which we are still really excited about all of this, there's some things that people don't tell you about. And so some of you have messaged saying you're considering downsizing. It sounds interesting to you. And so we like to just be as transparent as possible and share everything. And so that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. I do want to plug, if you have access to like the PBS app or the PBS, website or whatever, where you can watch things, there is a Henry David Thoreau documentary by Ken Burns. So you know it's going to be good. It's 3 episodes, and man, it really breaks it down to the benefits and the really good things that come from simplistic living. And he was would you call him the OG minimalist?
He was he was the OG minimalist. He was a minimalist before there was the term.
Yeah.
And they call him thorough. I always thought it was Thoreau, but they call him thorough. These historians, PBS historians do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's some good people involved. It's actually Ken Burns and Don Henley.
That's right.
Of Eagles fame, and then George Clooney is the narrator.
Yep.
And it's a well-made 3-part production.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's really good. So anyway, while we're talking about kind of downsizing, minimalist living, I wanted to make sure that I talked about that. If you're interested in that kind of a lifestyle, I think you'd be interested in watching that documentary.
I think so.
You know that time of year when everything feels a little lighter, the windows are open, and you actually want your space to feel calm and breathable?
Yeah, and that's exactly why we switched over to our Cozy Earth sheets.
We've used Cozy Earth for years now, and their bamboo fabric is perfect for spring and summer. It's cool, soft, and doesn't trap heat like regular sheets.
Which is saying a lot because I run hot, and these actually help.
Same, and they hold up. No pilling, no fading, just consistently good sleep.
We also keep their loungewear and robes in rotation, especially for slow mornings or winding down after being out all day.
You can grab our discount link at arnerventures.com/CozyEarth to save on your own Cozy Earth favorites.
It's one of those upgrades you notice immediately.
And how? Downsizing sounds like it should make life easier right away. But most things, it comes with some cumulative work. You got to put some work into it. It doesn't come right away. And so, when we get rid of a lot, we feel really good about it. We did it again yesterday. I don't even
Yeah.
know how we still have more things to get rid of, but it seems like every day we do.
Yeah.
And we've realized pretty quickly that everything just works a little differently now. It's not worse, it's just different.
Well, and there's something about having a little sense of urgency that makes me look at something and go, why do I keep letting this sit here? I haven't used it in 5 years, and of course it needs to go.
Yeah.
Whereas if you weren't pushing into a new lifestyle, I'd probably go, it'll probably be of use someday, and it hasn't been for a while. So it's out the dough, as they say.
And it's sort of like, too, why do I want to put the energy into moving it if I'm just moving it for it to sit there again?
Right.
Yeah. There's something about that for me. It's like, I don't want to put forth the energy to make room in the truck or, make room in this new small space we're going to,
Right.
Well, let's get to it, Jer. What people don't tell you about downsizing?
Well, it's not just about getting rid of things. It's
Right.
more than that. It's what your day actually looks like after everything is gone. That part is what's going to catch some people off guard. There's a lot of excitement and relief in downsizing, like we've experienced in these recent days. But of course, all moves are stressful. So, yeah, even the downsizing gives us some upside because it's been feeling good for us. But yeah, it doesn't take away the stress of the move.
Mm-hmm. You can't ignore things the same way.
Right.
One of the biggest changes is that there are things that are more obvious to you, especially if your downsizing includes going to a much smaller space. So if something's out of place, you see it.
Right.
There's no extra room to hide it or deal with it later. Now, to me, I like that. I like that I can see the extra stuff because I know it's in my face that I want to get rid of it. One of the things that is sort of a negative thing that plays in my head is the not seeing the stuff and going, oh my gosh, what's in that quote unquote junk drawer? What's in that closet where we keep putting stuff? And I like that we're not going to have that.
Yeah.
So you either handle it or it just sits there bothering you every time you walk by it. We talked about in one of our blogs, a doom box. We've linked to it in the show notes. You can go to it. I won't get into it because it's a lot, but a lot of people create this doom box and it's kind of like a junk drawer type thing.
Yeah.
And it just may change your thoughts on leaving stuff sitting around. But if you had more space, you had more reasons to put things off. But now when you're downsizing, things are more immediate.
Yep. Convenience changes in small ways. Let's get to that. Another thing we didn't think about ahead of time was convenience. You don't have backups of everything. You don't have much storage. You can't just throw things somewhere for later and come back then. What I do like, though, is the creative ways that in small, tiny living that people come up with storage, like the little stairwells that have cabinets under them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's that. You think of more creative ways to make storage nooks or storage spaces.
To utilize every bit of space.
Every bit of space, yeah. So you can't just throw things somewhere for later and come back. It makes you more aware of what you actually have and what you actually use. Circling back around to that, we kind of like that. We kind of like an inventory of the things we have and what we use. Even small things, like running out of something feel more noticeable because you don't have extras sitting around.
Yeah. My parents have this thing called it's like a pantry, and I don't mean the pantry upstairs, we're talking about like if those zombies come type of pantry.
Yeah.
Like a what are those people called? Like we had a friend who used to be one. Preppers.
Yeah, preppers.
Preppers.
Yeah.
They're not quite on that level, but they have enough canned food and toilet paper to last them a long time. We actually don't have extras like that because we just don't have the room. We haven't really had it here either.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what we're talking about is that if you don't have it in your face and the extras, like sometimes people buy extras of their extras because they don't see it,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah.
So the other thing is bringing new things into your space feels different. So we've noticed when we've downsized before, and we're definitely going to have that in the new space, that bringing in anything new feels like a bigger decision, right? It's not only about liking something, it's about whether it will fit and make sense to keep it. Where's it going to go? Does it make the space feel better or more crowded? And those questions come up much more often now, especially as we're moving. Can I talk about the surfboard thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Few years ago, I mean, over 10 years ago, I guess, Jerry and I were in Cozumel, I think is where it was.
Yeah.
And one of those, people who live there and they make a living off of, making things touristy tchotchkes. We were getting ready to leave the area we were at, and this guy was making these wooden, maybe 2-foot surfboards.
Yeah.
Wooden decor surfboards, and spray painted it and made like a design of the Phillies. Now, the Phillies has nothing to do with surfing, but that's okay.
Right.
It's a Phillies themed surfboard that you cannot use.
Yeah.
You can only hang it.
Right.
Well, we had it hanging in the office / extra bedroom here, and we're leaving. And this is a coastal area. We're going to a mountain area. And I think I asked Jer for on and off for 2 weeks. Do you think we're going to take this? Do you think we're going to take this? And he just wouldn't make the decision. I think it was hard for you to let go.
Well, hard for me to let go, yeah.
And all I kept saying was, but where are we going to put it? You can't, it's not functional. You can't go surf on it.
Right.
It won't even float, I bet.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do with it? And finally yesterday, Jerry decided it would be better for someone else to enjoy it.
Yeah, someone else, a local Phillies fan to enjoy it. And there's all kinds of people moving in from all different areas around here. So there'll be a Phillies fan that will enjoy the surfboard and will pick it up for free down at our...
No, they'll have to pay for it.
Well, they'll have to pay for it. Yeah.
We donated it.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what we're talking about. Is our new space going to have room or functionality for a 2-foot surfboard that is Phillies themed?
That's right. Yeah.
We don't.
Right. No, we don't. Some things are exactly what you hoped. There are parts of downsizing that are exactly what you expect. There's less to clean.
Yay.
We like that. There's less to organize.
Yay.
Again, less to keep track of overall.
And yay.
Yeah. That part really does make life feel a little bit simpler. You're not constantly managing stuff or dealing with things piling up. No time for pile-ups.
No. And who wants to spend their whole... Do you remember when we used to live in a traditional home? It would take all day to clean.
Yeah, it would.
It would take a whole Saturday.
Yeah.
To clean.
Yeah, you work all week and then you spend a whole Saturday cleaning. That's not good.
No, it's not good. So we didn't want to do that anymore. Some things feel more noticeable. So at the same time, there's less room to spread out. If things feel messy, they feel messy fast.
Yeah.
If something's off, you notice it right away. There's just less space to absorb it. And that can feel a little intense at first, especially if you're used to having more room. I think that when we transition from this smaller home to a even smaller abode, I think that it will be easier for us than it might be for most people.
Yeah.
But we just want to point these things out, that these are some of the things that people don't tell you about. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Nothing is. So we want to make sure that we point out some of the things that you should be thinking about.
That's right. There's going to be an adjustment period. There's definitely going to be an adjustment period. It didn't feel natural right away. We had to figure out what actually worked for us in a smaller space. And that took a little bit of time. Like anything that's worthwhile, it took a little time. It's not something that clicks overnight. It's hard, y'all.
But it starts to feel normal. And it doesn't feel like we're constantly adjusting anymore. It just is how we live.
That's right. Yeah.
And that's probably the biggest shift is once you downsize, if that's what your goal is, It takes time to adjust to how things work with less space, but it's totally worth it.
I can't reiterate that more. If this episode resonated with you or you know someone who might need to hear it, feel free to share it along. That truly means a lot to us.
You can also support the podcast by leaving a 5-star review or rating on the platform you're listening on. It helps more than you probably realize.
Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future episodes. You can always find us, the show notes, and the brands that support the podcast at orneradventures.com.
Until next time, here's to the small adventures, the hard ones, and everything in between.
Bye-bye.